Alright, what up YouTube? We're back here with another project, another rescue. Got a car show next weekend. Gonna see if I can get my 69 bus up and running in time for the show. It's been sitting here in my backyard probably for about, I don't know, 6 months or so. I don't even remember, to be honest. But it's not running. It just wouldn't start the last time I had it. I had to push it back here, and the reason why it parked in the first place was because something happened to the back wheel. I don't know if I busted an axle bearing or a wheel bearing or a brake cylinder, but you can see that black stuff right there on the wheel. So I got to figure what happened here, but first we got to try to get it started. And I don't feel like working on it in the grass, so we're gonna try to pull it out over to the driveway so I can work on it there. As you can see, my engine's pretty clean, and it's got some brand new carburetors on there. Everything's pretty fresh. It's just, I think it's just the gas, ethanol gas, all that ethanol they put in the gas these days. After sitting for a while, it just got stuck. Didn't want to start, so I don't know. Hopefully that battery's still good. It's been sitting here for 6 months. It's probably dead. So yeah, see what we can do. First thing I gotta do is pull it out of here with my truck. Get it out of the weeds, as they say. Let's do that. Alright, so I was worried about what I was going to use to tow it or pull it, and I found this tie down that's pretty thick. Looks pretty heavy duty, so I think this will work. Alright, so I was wrong. There is a tow hook at the back of the bus. Like I thought. I knew there was a tow hook. I couldn't remember if it was on the front or the back, but I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is a hook here. It's kind of hard to see. There's grass and weeds in the way, but there's a hook right there. So
it's struggling, but it's going. There we go. One-man show. As long as the front wheel stays in that direction, we're good. There we go, baby. Oops, gonna have to turn it.
So I started getting some slippage here on the truck. It's not a four-wheel drive, it's a two-wheel drive, and so slipped on this banana peel over here. Just kidding. But pulling the bus up the hill, I didn't have enough speed and started slipping, so I'm just gonna let it coast back down to a flat spot and just work on getting the engine started. And once I do that, I will just start it up and turn it around and drive it up onto the driveway up there, so I can have a nice flat clean spot to work on the wheel cylinder. It's important to have the wheel bearings and the wheel cylinder parts clean, so I don't want to work on it in the dirt, but I can get the engine hopefully started, figure out what's wrong with the engine. It's probably just a dirty carburetor. It does turn over. The battery's pretty low, pretty dead. It's been sitting for a while, like I said, so it's not gonna crank over. So So I'm gonna have to pull the battery from the bug, get it in there. But I'm gonna go ahead and get it into a flat spot where I could work on the engine. And go from there. Right, so I got the battery out of that bug, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here, see if that'll help with the crank, and see what's going on with the starting here. Looks like we got gas, so I don't know what it is. Hopefully figure it out. All right, got the other battery in there. Now I just need the keys. All right, sorry about that. Got the keys now. No dice. Gotta figure out what it is. Alright, so I'm gonna assume we're getting spark. I'm gonna check the fuel and see what is going on with that. And make sure we're getting fuel to the carburetors and that the fuel is good. Alright YouTube, we're gonna try one last time. Trying to jump start it with the truck here. See if we can get it going. It's gonna be the last try, and then if not, I'm gonna take the carburetors off. It's cranking over, but it's not starting. So must not be getting fuel or something. So I'm gonna take the carburetors off, clean them out, see what's going on. They're brand new carburetors. They're the MP 34 dual carbs. Basically the smallest size carburetors. They're brand new, like I said, but I don't know, with this ethanol in the gas these days, it could be clogging up these jets or something. So I'm gonna have to take them out, clean them. All right, YouTube. So here we are. I got the linkage off, disconnected. Basically disconnected it from where it connects to the carburetor, and I left the rest of it intact. I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't need to take it off completely. It's basically all disconnected. I just move it to the side a little bit so I can get to the carburetor. So I'm just gonna take the two bolts off that hold the carburetor, take that side off, clean it up, put it back on, and then take the other side off, clean it up, put it back on. So it's just two 13mm bolts that hold it on, and then you got to disconnect the fuel line. Alright, so I got the MP carb off, and it's pretty dry inside there, so I don't see very much gas getting into the carburetor. There was gas getting up to the carburetor, but I don't think there was any gas really getting inside of it, because this thing is pretty damn dry for just having tried to start it, cranking it for about 10 minutes. I wasn't able to get it started, so I think there might be a fuel problem. Something else I remembered when I got these carburetors, it's really hard to get to this inside bolt here when it's on the car, because there isn't any room to get a socket or a wrench in here. So what I used is an extension with a wobbly end on it, and that allows the socket to kind of get in that tight little spot there. So get yourself one of these wobble extensions in order to get your socket in there. And the other thing is too, is because I have the full original fan shroud, and there's barely any room in between this and the carburetor, so I got a different style fan shroud without the heater ducts on it that I'm going to put on here later, just to give me some more room and give it a little bit of a cleaner look, so that way I don't have the heater ducts blocked off. You know, just, I don't use a heater. I'm in Southern California, so I don't really need a heater. In the wintertime maybe, but it's not that bad. It's not like the East Coast or anything like that. So anyways, I'm just taking off the top of the carburetor here, and hopefully I can see what's going on and spray it with some carb cleaner, and hopefully that'll help. This is a empty carburetor. You can see right there where it says empty. These are 34, I think they call them. There's a number there, 14061. Yeah, EPC 34. You can see it right there. These are the cheapest carburetors you can, dual carbs that you can buy. I don't recommend buying these. There is gas in the float bowl. So there was gas getting in there, but getting from the float bowl into the jets is probably the issue. So I'm going to take out, I don't know if you can see, but there's like some bolts in there, some screws in there. I'm going to take those out and spray them with carb cleaner. Yeah, these are like the cheapest carbs that you can get, and I don't recommend them. Here's the float. Seems to be working fine. I would spend the extra a couple $100, I think it is, for some Webers. I think you can get the ones that are made in Spain still. You can spray it with compressed air too to help clean it out, but just using the carb cleaner with the can has enough pressure in there to get any gunk out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But anyways, yeah, I recommend getting the Webers. If I were to do it, I would have just saved the money and get the better carburetors. It's worth it. All right, hopefully this works. All right, just wanted to show you the 3 jets that I'm taking out here. There's this one. I don't know enough about carburetors to tell you which one is which, what each one does. I will say that this one looks like it has a number on there. It says 176. You probably can't see that, but anyways, that one goes there. And then there's these two smaller ones that go inside the float bowl. One goes, I don't know if you can see that. One of them goes there, and then the other one goes there. And those are right here. There's one. Oops. And here's the other one. I think this one is the one that you can change out for a bigger one. With the bigger hole in the middle. I mean, you probably can't see these holes on the camera, but they're super tiny. But anyways, so I'm gonna clean these 3 out, and I'm also gonna spray the carburetor where these go into, and until I see carb cleaner coming out another port, then that means it's clogged. So see what happens. All right, so pretty much cleaned up the carburetor. Did what you could call a quick clean. I didn't soak it, you know, in a bath of carb cleaner. I just sprayed it with this gum out carb and choke cleaner. Used the little nozzle to try to get in as many areas as I could. And you know, like I showed you earlier, just cleaned out those jets that are removable. There was 3 of them. Cleaned those out. Took out the fuel filter. There's a fuel filter in here. So this big bolt, you take that out, there's a fuel filter. Took that bolt off, cleaned out, you know, sprayed carb cleaner inside here. This is where the gas comes in at, goes into the carburetor. So you got to make sure there's gas getting into the carburetor. The float was working. And I took off this here too, this bolt here. I don't know if you call this the main jet or what, but took that one out, sprayed that, cleaned that. There's only 4 screws that hold the top of the carburetor, top half of the carburetor on. If you've cleaned one carburetor, you've pretty much cleaned them all. I mean, this is not a fuel injection or anything like that, so you know, pretty much